What is up, everyone? This is your buddy Chukatron. First day of the year 2021, and I want to say Happy New Year to everybody and Merry Christmas if I missed out. I got a bit of a Christmas miracle this year. Finally, after like 4 rejections and canceled orders from Amazon, I finally got my Earthrise Ironhide and Prowl set. Amazon done flunked on me numerous times. On this one being like 4 times, they ended up postponing it, and I got to see a bunch of people get theirs way before I did. I ended up pre-ordering this a long time ago, and I had thought that was it. They were going to just cancel it because they canceled my Coneheads order, which I ended up getting postponed like 3 times, and then they ended up just canceling it. So happy to say that my miracle came through Christmas Eve. So this arrived about a week ago, and if you guys are keeping up on my Instagram page, you'll find that I put a picture of this up, and also I did post it up on the community. So here it is, finally. From the Earthrise War for Cybertron series, we got the 2-pack of Ironhide and Prowl. 2 of my favorite Autobots, hands down. I love them. Unfortunately, in the original 86 movie, they both got blown away, but they're back in action right now in the way that we remember them in all their awesomeness. So here's a look at the packaging, which we're gonna do. Before we go any further though, I'll ask that you hit the subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, I wanna say thank you just for clicking on my video. Feels real good. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I invite all criticism and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at the packaging now. Before we take the figures up, because I do want to notice it because it is really awesome. So if we take a look at the front there, we notice the 2 characters in all their glory in some really nice battle action poses. We got Prowl right there on the top and Ironhide right there on the bottom. We got some flames going on and what appears to be dirge in the background. Really cool. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get my Conehead set, which I'm tight at. Will I ever get it? I don't know. We'll see. On the side here, there we notice some Earth mountains burning up, the arc on the back. The other side here, we do have the Earthrise War for Cybertron artwork. And on the back there, we do have the promo shots of Ironhide in his robot mode, his vehicle mode, and Prowl robot mode and vehicle mode. So I'm really stoked. Let's open this up, guys, and take a look at it. Alright guys, so here's a look at the figures with the inside clamshell. We notice the figures right there on the top, and on the bottom we do have some accessories. Really sweet. There's a look at the front and the back. And of course they do come with the pamphlet, the instructional pamphlet, and it does have 2 characters right there, Prowl and Ironhide. There's a look at the inside as well. So we have instructions for Prowl on one side and Ironhide on the others. Next up, what we do have is a portion of the galaxy map, which if you guys don't know by now, the Earthrise line have this gimmick of a galaxy map, and if you get each figure, you'll get a piece of the map. So here's an inside look at that, and it looks to be, let's see if we can look at this together. If I could take the red plastic piece out here that all the figures come with, this translucent red plastic. We notice that it says Nebulon Station. So alright guys, so now that I have them out of the packaging, here's a look at them. We'll do a quick look right now at them. And first impressions are they look great. Their Siege versions were good as far as Ironhide goes. His version was great. Phenomenal figure. If you guys haven't checked out the review on him, go check it out on my page. Now Prowl, I never had the Siege version of him, but I did have Barricade. And I like the Barricade, it was cool. When I came across Prowl, I didn't like him in the Siege version. I thought they could have did a way better job, but I didn't get it, and I held out hoping that they were going to come out with this figure. So totally impressed by this figure. Prowl's the reason why I got this set. I just love Prowl, one of my favorite Autobots. So there's a quick look at him, and we're going to take a closer look in detail. So I'll start off with Ironhide first, so let's do it. So we'll start off at the head mold there. We noticed that we do have this very iconic G1 Ironhide head mold there, and it's a much more smoother, more simplified look than the Siege version. I think it looks great, looks just like the G1 cartoon. You notice there it does, his face has this beautiful silver paint, and it just looks awesome. His eyes look great. We notice the detail right there on the crest on his helmet, looking really good. I love the way his head mold, got no complaints about it. I love it. It looks like a simplified version of the Siege head mold, but it's a new mold, so it looks great in my opinion. When we look at the chest area there, we notice that it does look more rounded than the Siege version. You notice we do have some windshield wipers there that are actually painted right on there, which kind of looks cool. Kind of looks weird at the same time. Looks like they're just floating right there. But overall, there's a look at that. We notice the chest area here looks different. Looks a little bit more like his G1 counterpart. When we look at the bottom, we notice that we do have the detailing what will go on the alternate mode, which looks good. When we look at the shoulders there, they kind of look the same. Yeah, but I'm gonna do a comparison soon. We're gonna take a look at what's different and what's new, but I do love the molded detail on it. Really looking nice. When we look at the arms here, we notice that we do have some different colored molded plastic. We notice we have more of a duller maroon style color right there, and on the bottom here is just like a brighter red. But I do love the detail, and I'm hoping you guys could see it all there. That looks amazing. Now it's kind of hard building off the Siege Ironhide because it was just such an awesome figure. And if you guys haven't seen the review on them, go check it out on my page. When we look at the hands there, that looks actually really good in black, and you see all the molded detail. It just looks so great. On the crotch area, the crotch area looks pretty much the same, but it is black. I do like the way it looks there, and the legs look pretty much the same like the Siege version. Wow, when we get to the legs here, we notice that we do have some new molded plastic panels right there on the front. That looks great. On the sides there's a look at the side there. And on the feet, it looks like the feet are kind of identical to the Siege version. So it does look great. There was no problem with the feet. I don't know how it's going to work with this figure in the vehicle mode, but we're going to check it out. I've seen some really nightmare reviews on them. On the side there's a side view of them. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Boom. And on the back there, we notice that we do have some kibble and hollowness on the back, but overall it looks great. I think it looks good on there. Side, on the bottom. Overall, really nice bot mode. So we'll do a quick rundown on the articulation, which should be the same as the Siege version. So his head still kind of can't rotate forward and back unless you move his head down like that, which kind of sucks. But it can rotate 360 degrees around. Arms go out and in. Bicep swivel. Elbow joint right there can only go 90. The arms can swivel 360 degrees. He does have the waist that can rotate 360 degrees. Legs go out, in, forward, and back 180 degrees. He does have the thigh joint swivel there. His knee can rotate 90, and the ankle right there can rotate down 90 degrees, which is really cool. Same articulation, just an updated look. So now let's take a look at him with the Siege version of Ironhide, and this is the figure that is really tough to beat. So right now I'm going to be roasting either one. So let's put them in a head-to-head bout. So first of all, we notice it there. Man, Siege is a really good looking figure. Doesn't he look amazing? I think he looks great. And we notice the similarities and the differences here in the head mold there. Yeah, this one looks just really mean, man. Now that I look at the Siege version of him, he looks really good. We notice it there. The shoulders look like a different mold. This section here looks like a different mold, obviously. The arms look the same. The hands look the same. The crotch area is the same. It's just a different paint. And there's a look at the feet there. There's a look at him on the side and on the back there. So we notice a lot of different components that they added here, being due to the more Earth G1 style transformation and all that. So there's a look at the side. So overall, man, I gotta say, as nice as this figure is right now in front of me, the Siege version, it just looks so much better, man. It really is nice. And not taking away anything from this, but now that I have them clearly right in front of each other, man, the Siege one is just a good looking figure. And if you had to get one of these, I'd go with the Siege version. This one looks great, but like I said, it kind of didn't improve what this one had already done. And this is basically a retooling of what was already good about this figure. They just kind of modified it, which kind of doesn't make it that much better. And in fact, it kind of probably makes it worse. So there's a look at that for comparisons. All right, so on to the accessories. This is the first accessory that he comes with. It's just this big panel right here that goes on the top of him in his alternate mode, which will be the roof later on. You notice it there. We have this nice red molded plastic with a really good looking Autobot logo right there. On the top here, we have these 4 I guess what would be like blast ports or something, or like a booster, or like a gun, whatever you want to make it. On the bottom here, we do have this peg right here, which kind of slides up and down like so. So if you want to just have it inside like that for transformation, if we notice that they do pop out like that. So we can see that they're actually like barrels or something, I don't know. So there's a look at that. And when we look at the bottom here, we notice we do have these 4 pegs that'll probably go into him in his alternate mode. So what you could do is you can just push this pin right up, and you can actually have it as like a bazooka type thing, which the original Siege figure had a bazooka type thing and it turned into a hammer. But this, you can have it actually as like a big bazooka type thing, which kind of looks cool right now. You can have them like that, or what it shows on the front of the panel, you could drop this down and you could put it in front of him like a shield. So you can actually go like that and just block, which is kind of nice. And I thought it was annoying when I first saw it, but now that I have it here, I think it looks really cool. So having it as a shield would look really cool. You can have them in some cool poses and all that, so that looks good. Next up, what we'll do is we'll take a look now at the second accessory, which is his really beloved G1 gun. So if you notice it there, we have all the little details, and it looks very similar to his G1 toy gun that he had. So we can just put it like that, and yeah, it looks really good. And we can actually add the shield. And let's see if we can put him. Boom. So there's a look at him with all his accessories, and I gotta say, he looks really good. I like him. Let's get onto his transformation. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is getting rid of the accessories. Take these off, and we'll just transform him pretty much the same way we did to the Siege version. So we'll open up this panel right there, put his head in there like so. Next up, what we could do is just take the arms, and no, actually we got to take this back piece, open it up, and we could take the arms, fold them in like so, fold the other one like so, and they do have the tab right there. Boom, so that tabs in like that. Next, what we can do is take this section of the window, just put it up there like so, and what we're gonna do is just rotate this clockwise 90 degrees. So there we have that there. Next, what I'm gonna be doing is taking the panels right here of the legs and just opening them up. We notice that we have this big giant cavity right there, which we could just put the arms in, and then what we could do is just close them in like so. Both panels, so sometimes this is a little tricky, but boom, we got it together. And the panels on mine is actually really loose, but there is a look at that there. Next, what I will be doing is taking this section right here that we rotated down for the transformation and rotation. We're gonna put that back in, so that snaps up really nicely like that, and that'll become the front bumper. And next, what we're gonna do is take this section here, so we'll fold that forward like so. Got one side in like that. Next, we'll do the same thing with the other side. We'll fold that close like there, and that tabs in really nicely. Finally, what we'll do is we'll take the accessory that he comes with, and if we had this part out, we gotta push it forward like so, and then we'll take this part right here, we'll flap them out. You notice that these are just windows. They'll fold open like that, and then what we can do is just take where the pegs are at on this part and just put them right there on those 4 holes. So that'll go in like so. Boom, pegs in like that. And next, what we'll do is we'll just fold these window parts right in like that, like so, and then we'll just repeat the same thing on the other side. So we'll fold this window down, fold this window down, and finally we could take the front windshield and fold it forward. So there is a look at Earthrise Ironhide in his vehicle mode, and I gotta say, he looks really good, you know. And there are some gripes that I'm just noticing right now. This is pretty much the first time I transformed it, and look how fast I was able to do it because I've done it on the Siege one so many times. But there's a look at him. Overall, it's looking like, yeah, I'm kind of liking like half of it in vehicle mode. So we'll start off by taking a look at the front there. We noticed here that he does have this really beautiful front Very similar to his G1 figure. He was like a Toyota or Nissan van. And I remember these vans at the time. I thought they really looked cool. The front there looks really good. We noticed that we do have this black paint right there on the front. For his headlights there, we do have some silver painting on the edge of the headlights. And in the middle, they're just painted white. This part right here carries over, which I kind of wish they would have painted that red. I don't know why they would have kept that gray. But there's a look at it. We notice the detailing on the windshield right there. We do notice that Ironhide's head just tucked in, looking really weird, as they always did. On the top there, we notice that we do have the same thing from the panel from before. This time that the barrels are actually tucked in this mode. And it looks kind of weird right there on the back, but I'm going to focus right now on the front. So if we look at the side there, we notice that we do have these translucent plastic pieces, which kind of looks cool, but this black piece just doesn't look right. Other than that, we notice we do have some painting that goes from the front of the vehicle to the back, very similar to the G1 figure. Had that pinstriping and stuff that went to the back. We noticed that we do have the same wheels from the Siege version, which doesn't make sense. I wish that they would have just given us Earth like wheels and tires, because I hated these wheels on the Siege version. Like, that was one of the things I hated about him, and I also hated about Ratchet. They had these stupid wheels. I hate it. They're not painted in the center. It just looks bad. So unfortunately, they kept it there. They could have given us something new, but they didn't. We notice we do have some detailing right here of the silver paint for the handles. So we notice that that's a door that can actually open. And right there on the front, unfortunately, this black piece right here just kills the whole thing. I think it looks great up until that point. Now we're going to start getting into the weird section. So when we look at the back half here, we notice that the window is just molded plastic. They could have added something there, some paint or something, just to like make it look more flush, but they didn't. They could have also made it translucent plastic, but they didn't. I don't know why, because the other figures have it. Prowl has like that translucent blue, and they could have just put it there, but they didn't. Reasons why, I'm not sure. So that looks just weird. When we look at the other side here on the back, we notice these atrocious feet. Now this was acceptable for the Siege version, but it can't be acceptable for this one, because this is a Earth figure and he's trying to disguise himself and not show the world that he has these two retarded looking booster panel feet on the back. So that looks really whack. It was forgivable on the Siege version, but it can't be. This is just ridiculous right now. So we kind of see on the top there, it has some detailing for a rear view, like a rear window on the back, but then what the heck happens here? So I did see kits on it that you can actually remove the feet and put new feet, which does look like the back of a van. But yeah, they should have just did it, because for the price, man, come on. So there's a look on the other side, the same thing as well. And there's a look at the bottom there. We notice not too much kibble at all, and it looks really clean. Now, my gripe on this and my review of it in vehicle mode, yeah, I'll pass on it in vehicle mode. It's really embarrassing, especially like this half right here is just like, what the heck? I'll do like half of it, so I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. So there it is. I mean, it looks great as far as the front kind of goes, but once you get to the back, it's like, ooh, it gets a little bit too ugly. So there's a look at that. Not too impressed by it in vehicle mode. Yeah, they could have did it better, but there's a look at it. And also you can take his blaster and just put it on the porthole like so. There are 2 ports here. I'm not sure what they're for. I don't see anything that I have that actually ports into it, but maybe you can take some accessories that do have that slot and actually point them in there. So there's a look at that. All right, now onto one of my favorite Autobots. The reason why I bought the set, which is Prowl. So we'll start off by taking a close look at the head now. And if you haven't seen the review on the other Datsun Bros, go check them out on Blue Streak and Smokescreen. He shares the similar awesomeness that they have. So knowing that Prowl is like the main Datsun Bro, the center of them, yeah, here's a look at him there. The head mold, flawless. Classic G1 Prowl, man. I just love Prowl. I've always loved Prowl, and the head mold and the crest and all that, it just looks amazing. We notice we have that nice same detail that we had with the Blue Streak figure. Mine's has some paint splatter right there, which I'll probably just end up cleaning with some paint there and just removing it. His face looks great. He does have those nice, beautifully painted blue eyes there, which look great. The helmet area, perfect. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Notice it there. We have that beautiful Autobot logo. The chest area looks really good. We notice the spoiler there. We do have this black paint right there on the front. We noticed that he does have the headlamp nips, which look great. Made out of that light blue translucent plastic, which looks good. The arms there look great. We have all that nice molded detail right there on the forearm and on the hand. So everything looks perfect right there. When we look at the waist section there, we do have very little detail. There's a little bit detail on the top more than on the bottom there. We notice we have the etching of that little triangle that he does have in the original figure. So if you haven't seen the original G1 Prowl review on my page, go check it out, man. That thing is dated as all hell, but hey, it's nostalgic as Transformers itself. So there's a look at the legs. The legs look great. Now I kind of feel like they could have did better with some paint apps. Come on, guys. Even the Siege version had some paint apps, I think, right there on the crotch and I think on the arms. They could have did it with this, but I don't know what's the story with them. They're just minimizing as much as they can on it, but whatever. There's a look at it. We look at the feet there. We noticed they're really looking good. Very similar to the other figures, the other Datsun Bros, the same thing. We have that translucent plastic for the midsection right there. On the inside part here, we do have it black, so you can keep it up like that. Or if you want, you can fold it down. That's kind of what they're going for here. But it does give it this really void floating area right there. So I kind of like to keep that pushed in like there. What I'll end up probably doing is actually painting the section. So there's a look at the feet right there. On the side here, we notice that we do have that same translucent plastic. I might just end up painting this section and this section there. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing that, painting that white or black or something, just to give it a more solid look, because it kind of looks goofy being just clear there. So there's a look at the feet there. Here's a look at the back. Really looking good. We notice that the doors are really nice detail there, and they're detailed right in the inside there. So that looks really cool. Back looks good. Overall, a perfect adaptation of a G1 figure and character. Nicely adapted. I love it. So being that I don't have the Siege version of Prowl to compare with, I'm going to actually compare him with Blue Streak, which is kind of a weird thing because Blue Streak in itself, he's just a more stylized, cooler version than the Datsun Bros. Out of all the three, he's the best looking one. He's always been. And here's a look at both of them. So we notice the similarities, pretty much the same exact figure. This is just a different retool of it. Yeah, we noticed that he does come with the shoulder cannons, unlike Prowl. He doesn't come with any shoulder cannons. So there's a look at them there, the side, so, and the back. So if you haven't seen the review on the Blue Streak figure, go check it out on my page. Yeah, I do have him in the Siege version and the Earthrise version. So there's a look at that. So let's get into the articulation now. The head can tilt forward and back a little bit to the side to side. Can rotate 360 degrees. Okay. The arms can go out and in 90 degrees. They can actually go up a little bit more with that extra butterfly joint right there on the top. The bicep swivels there. The elbow can rotate a little bit over 90 degrees. His hand can rotate 360 degrees. The waist can rotate obviously 360 degrees. Legs can go out and in 90, forward and back, not 180 degrees because the waist there gets in the way. He does have the thigh swivel joint. His knee can bend really nice, almost all the way 180 degrees. And he does have the ankle pivot point right there, which is really nice. And it can tilt forward and back due to the transformation. So let's take a look now at his only accessory, which is his very iconic blaster rifle there, which looks really good. It has all that molded details, the barrel, the tip, the stock, everything. It just looks really nice. And we can put that on the side of him like so. And he also does come with the 2 peg holes similar to Blue Streak and Smokescreen. So what we can do is I'm going to take Blue Streak's guns and just pop them in there like so, just to give him a more complete look, because I was kind of shocked that he didn't come with these guns because the original G1 toy had them. So there's a look at him like that, and I think he looks awesome. Very nice. Alright guys, so let's get on to the transformation. So I'll start off right now at the bottom here. So if I'm going to turn it around, notice these two little bricky parts right there. We'll just fold those up 90 degrees. Next, what we'll do is we'll take the bottom section of the legs and we'll tab in all the tabs. So if you notice, there's a peg hole right in the middle there and on the bottom. Squeeze them together like so. Next, I'll do is I'll just rotate the lower section. And what I'll do is I'll just fold this down like that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to take this section and just stuff it like that, like so. So that gets put onto there, and then I'll just take this whole half and kind of just squeeze it down. It kind of gets a little tricky to do, but once you get it down, that kind of just snaps all together like that. Next, what I could do is just take the hood part, just tab it in right there, and then what I can do, you notice that half of Prowl is already tucked in. Next, I'll take this section right here, flip that up like so, and next, what I'll do is I'll take the arms, I'll open them up like so, rotate the top section about 90 degrees, fold that all the way in, and then just take it, fold the arms down like so. Same thing with the other side. So what we're going to do is just put the arm out like that, rotate it so that the wheel's facing outward, bring it in 90, and then just fold it down 90 degrees. So you could tuck his arms right there. It doesn't matter the bottom section, but I like to keep the two peg holes facing down. And next, what you do is you just close the doors and they just tab right in there like that. We'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So all right guys, so here's a look now at Prowl in his vehicle mode. Overall, it looks fantastic. I can't complain. It looks perfect. Perfect adaptation of a G1 toy and character. We'll take a look at the front there. You notice it just looks just as beautiful as it did in robot mode. Looking perfect with that nice bright Autobot logo on the front. That painted front section really looking nice with the headlamps really looking good. We noticed that the windshield there looks really good. We do have some painting around the window, kind of representing the gasket that goes around the windshield there. Looking really cool. On the top there, we do have the lights. On mine's there, it kind of looks like there's some black faded. So it looks like they painted on this molded red plastic. And this is actually, let me see, yep, removable. So you can just pop that out. And when we take a look there, it's actually painted on translucent plastic. So that looks really cool. For now, I'll just keep that on there like so. The back section there looks really nice. This back window there, really looking good. Notice the lines there, very reminiscent of the defrosting stuff that goes on the back. We look at the side, looks fantastic. Has the police logo right there on the bottom. The wheels look pretty stupid. They're the exact same wheels that Blue Streak and Smokescreen have. And we do have this atrocious white peg sticking out, noticing there. It just doesn't look good with that. So what I'll probably end up doing is painting the rims and probably painting that section black there. So just give it a more cleaner look. If not, I'll probably just paint it all silver right there in the middle, just to give it some more appeal. On the back there, it's looking pretty plain. We notice that the spoiler looks really good on the top. We do have some paint right there for the tail lamps. And what I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up correcting. You see how there's just some missing paint right there in the middle section. Probably end up painting that, and I'll probably end up painting the exhaust pipes right there on the back, just to give it some more pizzazz. So overall, I gotta say I do love it in the vehicle mode. It looks really great. There's a look at the bottom there. We notice Prowl looking at us. What are you guys doing? Whatever. So what you could do here on, as far as accessories go, you can actually have the guns right there on the side peg in, and you can actually peg the gun right on the siren lights or whatever the hell you want to call them, and you can just have it there like that if you want to, or you could just remove it and just put it right there. So there's a look at that. Overall, I love the vehicle mode. It looks perfect. Great representation of the original toy and figure. So there is my very long unboxing and review on the Autobot Alliance Ironhide and Prowl 2-pack. Overall, a really nice set if you can get it. Unfortunately, if you're not getting it from Amazon, you're going to get it from third parties and scalpers. Hopefully, they'll re-release these two figures and you'll be able to get them for a good price. Till next time, this is Chukatron signing out, saying peace, love, harmony, and God bless. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, chances are you'll enjoy another one. Hit the subscribe and notification bell for more Chugatron content.